Okay, good evening, everyone. This is Nicole Robinson coming to you again with another episode of Meet the Mustangs. Tonight, I have the pleasure of talking to Carlos Muniz, number 66 of the Connecticut Mustangs. How you doing tonight, Carlos?
I'm good. How are you?
Pretty good, hanging in there. Before I ask you about any kind of football questions, I should say, I want to ask you, how are you handling yourself during this pandemic? It's really crazy right now, and I'm sure like nobody in our in our generation thought that we would be going through something like this. So how have you been handling yourself? Like, how has it affected you and your family?
And there's a lot of aspects. First, I got small children, so homeschooling is an advantage. Now, most of their knowledge is directly poured from my brain, so I gotta brush up on my own stuff and make sure that I'm good to go on their, schooling and whatnot. And that's one of my biggest challenging. But also having that one-on-one time with the kids, that's also it's a great factor.
Yeah.
Maybe having the COVID has its plus sides too. I know there's a lot of negatives, and I kind of don't want to push too deep into that because I want to keep the interview nice and positive, keep the vibe
Yeah.
flowing. Um, yeah, so the home time with the kids is nice. My job was nice enough to say, hey, go ahead, 2 weeks off, spend time with your family. We'll go ahead and take care of you. So that really kind of boosted a lot of the time that I was able to spend, especially with college. I am a student right now at Gateway. Um, I just finished the semester up with them. So now that the semester's done with Gateway, I got more time specifically for my church, which is a great thing.
Wow.
Um, another challenge is physical fitness. A lot of my brothers, they feel the same way. They're out there on the field and they're
Yes.
giving 100% every time. Some guys they really put it all out there, and you see it every single time.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and again, physical fitness and having that camaraderie, because now I'm working out by myself. I gotta challenge myself to keep going when normally I have my other brothers behind me, and
Yeah.
they hold nothing back. On the field, it's you get what you get with the guys. We got locker room mentality, so a lot of it not personal. A lot of the time it's not personal, so it's just keep it business because the ring is the
Yeah.
option. The ring is the goal here.
Yep, I hear that. I hear that. So, why don't you start with telling me a little bit about yourself, like where you're from and, the things that you like to do growing up in your childhood?
Um, well, I'm born and raised from New Haven, so I'm from here. I'm full Puerto Rican. I have a lot of family members that come from I'm actually second generation that came from the States.
Okay.
My grandparents, wonderful people. They told me a lot of great things. They were big factors in my life, as well as my mother. Uh, Went to West Haven, my high school, go Blue Devils. There, joined the Marine Corps.
Okay.
Did 4 years in the Marine Corps. Great time. Met a lot of great people, phenomenal people. From there, came home, met my fiance that I'm with now. We have a child together. I have my kids with her now, and I go to Gateway University right now to study nursing.
Nice,
I'm
nice.
just trying to keep myself busy.
Yeah, honestly, right now, especially is a perfect time to stay busy because a lot of people. I'm fortunate to be like you a little bit. I didn't get affected by the virus as much as other people, so I kind of don't like to talk about me still being able to work. I work in the school system, but of course we're doing the distance learning.
Right.
But being that I'm distance learning, I was actually able to pick up another job during the COVID. So it's beneficial to some sort. So I definitely understand some of the things that you're saying right now. So I like to I just keep it to myself because right now I'm like let me stay busy. A lot of people are home. It's a time where certain depressions kick in because you can't do
Oh
what you
yeah.
need to do, and that just it kind of sucks because
Right.
no one really wants to be in the house and have to stay here all the time. It's different when you just stay in the house because you don't want to go outside because it's too hot or it's too cold or something. But right now it's like no, they primarily you're in the
Right.
house. So I definitely understand.
Right.
So you mentioned work. What do you do for work?
I'm a security contractor. I'm a supervisor for a security team for a private pharmaceutical company. They're downtown in New Haven. Pretty sure you see them. If you know the building, you know exactly where I work at. They take really good care of me. Other than that, I've been there for about 5, 6 years now, so they've been really good to me. Again, I'm pretty much that in school. So,
Yes, I hear you. So let me ask you, when did you first start playing football? Like, is it something that you started from childhood, or is it something that you didn't get into until you were an adult?
well, I'm pretty sure you heard the story 1,000 times, but a lot of kids grow up in poverty. They don't have the means to be able to play games. So, I play a lot of street ball. Played a lot in the fields in West Haven, New Haven, wherever it's kind of available with whoever was available at the time. I didn't officially started playing organized ball until about high school, and
Okay.
from there I played about 2 years. Made some poor choices, got into a fight with a kid, and was expelled from school.
Oh,
Landed on my feet, went to adult ed, got my act together, said, hey, I'm going to join the Marine Corps, and finished school that third year, and I was out of there. So that was pretty much the time that I started playing ball. But then from there, I play backyard pickup ball in the Marine Corps as well. There's times that I've gotten out. One of my good friends that I was friends with since childhood, he was with the Connecticut Ravens at the time. And, he just put me on and said, hey, listen, we're playing ball out here. You're in shape. I know you're not really doing much. You're just kind of here and there. I see you working out all the time. Why don't you just come to practice, whatever. Came to practice immediately. Some of the guys that I still play with till this day, I've built great friendships over the time. And, I've been with the Mustangs since we were Ravens, and then we became the Mustangs, and now we're Mustangs.
nice, nice. Well, that's actually an interesting story though, because I mentioned I work in the school, but I work in high school. And so I experience a lot of children who are, like you mentioned, like getting into fights and stuff like that, and they've gotten expelled. And some of them kind of feel like, oh, well, I'm expelled, so it is what it is. I'm just going to stay home. It's nice that you said, you know what, I got expelled, but I'm going to continue to do something with my life. I'm going to go to adult ed. I'm going to go to Marine Corps, because it's so easy to just say, you know what, I'm expelled, whatever. I'm going to just be a bum. But there's always somebody looking up to you. So it was a real positive thing for you to say, you know what, I got kicked out, but it's not the end of the world. There's always steps for me to do so that I can actually get my, diploma and stuff. So that's, I commend you for that.
A lot of my close friends know a little bit about this, but I really don't talk about it too much. But the reason that I was able to push forward because similar to now, how we have a lot of people at home, a lot of the time the activities outside of home is what keeps kids kind of away from home, especially when they don't have a good supporting environment surrounding them at home. Again, that's one of many stories that happen now. It's an unfortunate thing, but it's a bitter truth.
Yeah.
With that, as soon as I figured I got expelled, I knew that I didn't want to stay home. So I just kind of like gotta put things in gear and figure something out, because if not, who knows what would have been the next step. I would have really been out in the streets, and God forbid it, I would have been another statistic. So
Yep. And we have too many young men that are statistics right now, especially minority men. So, we have to keep the
stay
positive,
together.
yes, keep the positive minority males together so that the young men coming up have someone to look up to. So, that's a good thing. So how you said you guys were the Ravens and the Mustangs. So about how many years have you been playing semi-pro ball altogether? Like, I'm not sure how long the two teams were, around.
Uh, let's see. This will be. I want to say it's my 5th year playing semi-pro ball.
Okay.
I played 2 with the Ravens and 3 with the Ravens and 2 with the Mustangs, or 2 with the Ravens and 2 with the Mustangs, and this might be the 5th year. So I
Okay.
know math gets a little fuzzy after you get to like 2, 3 years from now.
Yeah, that it definitely does. Can I ask you what position you play on the Mustangs?
I play offensive line, but I'm a big guy, so wherever I need to be, I'll just go where I need to go.
Just
I
how
play.
big? Just how big are you? Like big, tall? What's your size?
I'm about 5'11", 275 pounds, so I'm about
Okay.
pretty sizable guy.
Okay, so people can't really get past you that easily.
Yeah.
So, been playing 5 years. How long would you say you have left in you to play? Like how many more years do you feel like you have?
That's kind of one of them voodoo numbers that you really don't want to say it out there because you're like, you know, I got 5 more solid years, and then God forbid, you know, you get injured this season.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm pushing 30 this year, so dirty 30 is pulling up fast, and I mean, I'm feeling pretty healthy. You know, I've been taking care of myself, and I've been doing really well. So I mean, I want to say, you know, good 5 years.
Yeah, that's
Got
good.
another
Yeah,
five.
because 30 is not really, 30 is like getting there, but it's not really there. Like, but I do understand because I'm about to be 40, so
Right.
so I definitely know. I definitely do know. So let me ask, besides for like the love of football, what do you wish to get out of playing with the Mustangs? Because I know you have to love the sport in order to,
Right.
still be playing after 5 years. But what else do you want to get out of playing with them?
I mean, I've gotten what I've wanted out of them. I've gotten a family, you know, brotherhood.
Okay.
You know, I have so many people that I've come in contact with that there are so many great people. I've been able to expand my network because now I know people that work from the state down to people who are down at Home Depot. You know, you got a guy that works at the gas station, you got a guy that works at Foot Locker. So you got people everywhere, kind of like pick and choose where you make connections with people. But I would like to do some more community work. I think that's one of the things that a lot of guys are shy about doing is that we want to do community work. We want to do more organized community work. So I think if we were able to pull together, rally behind that, I think that would really tremendously help us and be able to get our name out there and show the people in New Haven, West Haven, Bridgeport, all the surrounding towns around us that, hey, look, you know, here's the Mustangs. Here's what we're about. Because you know they're really good guys. Some of the
Yeah.
guys that I come into contact with, they're really good. Like if you listen to some of their stories, they really come from places that it hurts. You
Yeah,
know.
it's funny that you mentioned that because one of the other guys I interviewed, I want to say it was Justin, if I'm not mistaken. He was talking about the same things about doing more community service for you guys, just to honestly put your name out there and just help the community because I think he mentioned like an event he had attended or something years ago around Christmas where a few kids didn't have a lot of stuff for Christmas and he was able to provide some stuff for the kids. So he said it just felt good. Those things feel good to him. So, I mean, those are honestly things like, and it's funny because I don't know if you guys talk about this amongst yourself, but like doing the interviews, some people will mention certain things, and like I'm just telling you, Justin mentioned the same thing you did. So it would be good to like get together to talk with each other and see who has the same ideas, because in that way you guys can start putting them together and start working out, figuring out who can do what, when, if it's possible. Because community service is really a nice thing because you might put on a community service event in Hampden and other people outside of Hampden can attend the event and
Right.
here they could ask you guys to come to whatever city they are and it expands from there, from city to city, state to state. And that's another, like you said, that's another way to get the Mustangs name out there, you know?
Right,
And
and
yeah.
once they kind of interact with the boys, these guys are comedians. They're funny.
It's
You know,
nice
it's
though
just
because some of them have like a lot of you guys are saying the same things about like the family and the brotherhood of the team. And that really speaks to the heart of you guys because anybody can be in an organization, but for
right,
everyone to pretty much say the same thing, and it's not even like I'm interviewing you guys on the same day. So for everyone to
right.
say the same thing, it's really saying like that really is that brotherhood and it's that family. So that is definitely a good thing for you guys. So yeah, that's it. Again, you guys
The
are like
best.
making me a fan right now because I mean, I'm
We're
I'm
trying to make everybody a fan. I
I'm
mean, I
I'm
don't see
I'm
why not.
guilty. I'm guilty. I didn't really know anything about the Mustangs before my brother got involved, but
Right,
doing these interviews and really see, I get to see another side of the football players because people see you guys on the field, they see what you do out there, but they don't know who you are like behind closed doors, and you know, so many people will have so many things in common with you, but it's one of those things where they say, oh, he's just playing, you know, I let him play and then I'm gonna be his fan. But to get to know you through the interview, you know, that's a whole different thing.
Yeah, because you're exposing yourself a little more intimately.
Yes, yes. And that's why I said it's basically what you want the people to know. That's what you tell them, you know, and that's how they get to know who you are.
Mm-hmm.
Just a couple of more questions for you.
That's fine.
Besides football, I know you mentioned your fiance and I know you mentioned your kids. What else do you do with your time? Like, do you have any other hobbies? Do you have things that occupy your time? Because I know the kids probably occupy a big chunk of that time. With even if we weren't in the COVID stage, children occupy a lot of your time regardless. So what else do you do with yourself besides? I mean, you have a lot on your plate right now, but are there any other hobbies or things that you like to do?
Uh, I am a person that dabbles in a lot of things. I got many hats, and I like to dabble in a lot of things. I like to read up on politics, and I know we won't get too much of politics, but a lot of things that happen today. I like to get the facts before I watch everything else that's going on,
Yeah.
because with everything that's going on, it's a bunch of madness, and we need to come together and rally and really listen.
Yes, we do.
And we just got to unify. But going forward with the question, I like to work out. I've been more into nutrition now because 2 years ago I had a heart attack, and I'm relatively young.
No,
So
that's not good.
that
Yeah.
that was a warning sign, because I found out that I have a genetic family thing that comes down with people, but I don't really want to talk too much about that.
Yeah, no, I understand
I
that.
recovered from that. So from there, I looked into nutrition. I started looking into more physical fitness for myself. Not only that, so I could teach my kids as well, as I believe physical fitness health is very key. Um, but other than that, hobbies pretty much just stay with the kids, kind of play video games, work out. I recently got into new business ventures with a couple of my teammates, so that's going great. Again, it's just love all around.
I hear that. I hear that. So I know you mentioned like the getting into the nutrition and everything. Is that something that you would expand outside of your children? Because it's not, you want to teach your children about good nutrition, but is that something you would ever think about starting as your own business to like be a nutritional coach or something like that for even it doesn't even have to be just youth, because like adults like myself, I don't know all the proper things to do, but something like that interest you.
I mean, if I was definitely given the opportunity, I would definitely, throw my hat into the ring in that. Right now, I mean, those little thoughts have scuttled across the back of my mind. Um, that's kind of right now. I'm more pushing into the medical field, trying to get my hat into there. But that's kind of one of those secondary things I'm trying to push into, because I have worked out since I joined the Marine Corps, and
Wow.
probably before then. So physical has been something that's been in my life for a while. Um, I would love to expand on that and possibly maybe take on clients, take physical fitness as a profession. But, right now I'm kind of just going through my life path as I got it right now. I'm not trying to stretch too far, because at the end of the day, I need to focus on what's in front of me versus what's ahead of me in 5 years.
Exactly. Yeah, that's true. You don't want to you don't want to put too much on your plate, because then everything just might fall apart, as opposed to saying, let me work on each thing step by step by step. And like you said, tackle it as it comes. You did mention that you were in school for nursing. What kind of nurse would you like to be? Like pediatric nurse or?
I really don't know too much to like elaborate too well on it. Ideally, I want to go work with veterans. Myself being a veteran, I feel I am in a unique position to help veterans that have come before me and possibly after me. Dealing with a veteran is a very unique thing. We I don't want to, again, I want to keep it positive. Veterans suffer from a lot of mental health issues, and mental health is a very unspoken about thing. We need to elaborate more on mental health, and we need to kind of start checking each other. Kind of like, how are you doing mentally, not just how are you doing throughout the day. Like, somebody really need to call somebody and say, hey, just check in, how are you doing? And with veterans, the same thing. We isolate ourselves often, and it's kind of one of those bittersweet things that we do to ourselves, but that's because we have things behind that.
Yeah.
So again, I feel I'm in a unique position to be able to help certain veterans because when I went to the hospital, I had a veteran who I served with help me, which kind of blew my mind because you would think the world's so big, but then again, somebody you knew from the military comes back and you're just like, wow, I've seen you before. How you been?
Well, that's a good thing, honestly, because I don't know too many veterans, but I do know a few, and some of them have suffered from like PTSD. And the sad part of their reality is that some of them have gotten the help they needed, and some of them haven't gotten the help they needed. And so they struggle in their day-to-day routines, especially with like dealing with their family. Luckily, one of the people that I know, his wife is very understanding and she's very patient with him. So that's good. But it's nothing like someone who has been through what you've been through, and can basically understand what you're feeling and be there to help you. So, I definitely hope that when you do finish nursing school, that's one of the paths that you take, because you seem like you definitely would be a great help to the veterans, because they need positive people around them. They need someone to like.
We all need positive people.
Yeah, we do.
There's too much negativity going on.
That is definitely true. But when you face a lot of like, when you see a lot of stuff, because I know people in the military see a lot of stuff that we just don't see every day. Like there's certain things I will never understand because I haven't been through there. But someone like you can definitely, just even if it's just to sit and talk with them about
right.
just life.
Right. Sometimes they just need a sympathetic ear.
Yep, definitely. So my last question for you is, what is next for you after football with the Mustangs? I mean, I know you have the nursing and I know you have your children, but let's just say you decide to come off of the field a lot sooner than you anticipate, whether it's just because you decide you're done. What do you feel like is going to be that next step? Is it going to be the nursing, or is it do you think there's a step in between leaving football and then going right into nursing? Like where do you see yourself at?
I don't know. Thinking about leaving football kind of makes me ill. I don't know. I would like to stay a part of the Mustang organization. As long as all my brothers are here, I kind of want to stay there too. I want to be wherever home's at.
I hear you.
And a lot of the guys they've grown love for the team, so they kind of doubled down on the team, and they said, "All right, we're here for life." So we're here. And even if God forbid, I get injured, and even if the nursing thing takes off, I still want to be included or be an asset to the Mustangs at some capacity, whether that be coaching or I don't know, water boy. I know we joke about it a lot, but don't make me that guy.
I know, right? Somebody's gonna see this interview and say, "Hey, well, you said that you would
be
right."
I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out in a meme somewhere. They're gonna clip this somewhere.
Exactly.
Whatever.
Well, is there anything else you'd like to add to this interview before we conclude?
Oh, not really. I mean, it was a very pleasant interview. I believe it was very informative.
It definitely was.
I can't stress it enough. Come see the Stangs.
Exactly.
Season's gonna pop up after COVID is done. If you want something to do with your family, come pop out. Come see the Stangs. I promise, it's gonna be a great show.
Well, there you have it, guys. Carlos said, come see the Mustangs and you will not be disappointed. This concludes another episode of Meet the Mustangs with Carlos Muniz, number 66 of the Connecticut Mustangs.
Bye.